What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Now, there has been talks out there about Kandi Burruss talking about leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if you know Kandi Burruss like I do, you know she is the cash cow, and you know she is not the one to easily give up the coins. So what has led to this decision for her leaving RHOA? Now, I'm sure everybody is caught up with all of the drama, all of the shades, and all of the talk on Real Housewives of Atlanta, especially with Kandi Burruss and Phaedra Parks, and the feud that was responsible for Phaedra's exit from the show. She was said to be the one that rumored that Kandi Burruss had a dungeon and that she was raping and drugging people against their will, and she also told Portia that they was planning on doing that to her, and so that's how all of this drama came about. But it says right here that Kandi Burruss talks rumored RHOA exit and her thoughts on a potential Phaedra Parks return. Kandi Burruss is staying real, whether that means she's a housewife or not. The wave of a renewed fan interest into Phaedra Parks possibly returning to the show exclusively tells people she doesn't want to reunite with her former bestie in any capacity. Now, in a recent interview, the 46-year-old says no when asked during a discussion about her new single if she'd want to be a part of another season of Real Housewives of Atlanta featuring Phaedra Parks. And she said, I'm just being honest. No. Now, around the time that Phaedra Parks made her exit, Kandi Burruss expressed that if Phaedra was ever to return to the show, she would leave. And because Phaedra had so many fans from the show, a lot of people didn't get how Kandi have the say-so on who gets to go and who gets to stay. But over the years, we have grown to see Kandi's many investment and money-making moves. And what's the old saying that goes, money talks and BS walks. So following that interview, it says, though Burruss has long been adamant that she would exit if Parks were invited back, she continues to say, I understand the fans want to support her, and I say, sure, support her. She's on Bravo. Burruss adds, pointing an Ultimate Girls Trip, which is expected to air on the network this fall. Support her. Over the time, people have been contemplating whether Phaedra would come back or not, and there has been rumors that she would come back, and she said that she was not looking forward to come back and also was doing other projects on Marriage Boot Camp, and you see that she is still active and she hasn't particularly left the reality world of television. But new reports are saying that she may be open to returning back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's coincidentally, Kandi is talking about leaving. Not to mention recent rumors about her daughter Riley Burruss being pregnant. Right here it says, I don't think she and I need to interact. So imagine how that interaction would be with her and Phaedra. Now, we all know Kandi Burruss to be the one to show the best representation of herself, and she has worked long and hard to get away from the drama, let alone the judgment. But we also have to realize that some things in life we cannot control, which makes me believe that this thing between her and Phaedra is something on a more deeper level, something more personal, that she can't be in the same space with her, because I've seen a lot on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and a lot of these women have done shady stuff. They have lied, they have done dirty stuff to each other, and they still can come together and coincide. Even Kandi could be around Portia at the time when she was on the show before she left. So it's something about this Phaedra situation that is kind of different from the other cast members that I can't quite put my finger on. Maybe it was that she put so much trust into her friend that she just couldn't believe that she would put some information out there that could possibly take her down, because you know Kandi don't play about her coins. So who knows? But Kandi has been known to hold a grudge, because even in the recent past, it was kind of difficult to get her to reunite with the Escape members over beef that happened over 20 years ago. Right here it says, wondering why the group disbanded in the first place. Well, apparently Tamika Scott blasted Kandi for sexing producer Jermaine Dupri by spilling the beans during an aired interview back in the day. So Kandi spoke about a situation a few years ago, stating that that was the main reason why she would never reunite with the group again. Now, we all love Escape, and you know that was a hot group back then, and we still listen to them now. So that was too much money to give up to not reunite the things that they had going on, and eventually they did. So it would take a lot of convincing and a huge pay raise for Kandi to be on the same show as Phaedra if you want to see them both on the same show. But unfortunately, the other ladies wouldn't think that was fair. So moving along, we have learned that in the recent years, around April 5th of 2022, this article says that Real Housewives of Atlanta Todd calls out Kandi for not spending time with family, and fans agree with him. And so it's not a bad idea if she is considering leaving RHOA, because she does have a lot of money, and this is the time that when people get a certain age, they want to spend more time with their family, they want to live their life, and they want to enjoy their life. They don't want to work until the day they die, and they don't want to have any regrets. Also, there could be a Cynthia Bailey situation going on here, when Nene was asked one time about whether Cynthia was a good asset to the show, and she said that Cynthia had nothing to bring to the show, and indeed that she was boring on the show. And so in the recent past, it says Kandi Burruss responds to castmates and fans who call her boring, and it says she's not so happy about those comments. Now, a lot of people resonate with Kandi with her business moves and entrepreneurship, and that's what a lot of people resonate with, and so they admire her business moves. But many of the castmates say that she's boring. And if you think about Real Housewives of Atlanta, you think about how it got its popularity. It got its popularity with the drama, with the shade, with the relatable topics and relationships going on out there. And so that's why people tuned in to watch it, because if they was not watching it for an entertainment purpose, they watch it with something that resonated in their life. And while a small number of fans resonate with Kandi Burruss's storyline on the show, there's a wide range of people that resonate with other things. And so I would say that she outgrown the show rather than boring, because they said that not only was Cynthia boring, they said that Kim Fields was boring on the show. And now Kandi. And Kandi has so many business ventures going on that she can't afford to make herself look a certain type of way, which is why she shouldn't be on the show. She not too long ago started a YouTube channel, which is doing good, and so that may be her replacement for RHOA. She's a songwriter. She has her adult toy line. She has several restaurant chains with her husband Todd. She has her YouTube channel, and she is appearing on the show. So she has a lot of things going on. Now, as you have seen in recent episodes, Marlo had called out Kandi Burruss, saying that she hasn't done enough for black culture, calling her a garden tool, and all kind of reckless things on the show. And so the fans are not taking well to Marlo, but we know how Marlo got her peach on the show. She was a longtime friend of Nene Leakes and other people as well, so she finagled her way on the show, and now she's there. But that makes me think about Sheree Whitfield's return to the show, and how she's been excessively interacting with Apollo. You know, Apollo is Phaedra Parks' ex-husband. Now, you have seen him and her appear together in a fashion show that Sheree was hosting. After that encounter, you see Apollo pop up in seasons 14 with Sheree as now a best friend to get advice from him about her boyfriend Tyrone that had been locked up in prison. Right here it says Apollo met up with Sheree Whitfield, who caught up with an old friend, asked him for some advice regarding her situation with Tyrone, and also wondered if he'd be in her upcoming She by Sheree fashion show. It was pretty jam-packed appearance, you can say. And when the Daily Dish spoke with his ex-wife Phaedra Parks, she responded she had no idea that Apollo was working with Sheree at the time. She said, "I don't know, I had no idea." While she was laughing in the phone interview with Daily Dish, she said he tends to love fashion in the fashion industry, so I tend to mind my business and mind the business that pays me. So she says what he does when he's not around me and my kids is none of my business. So now we see what type of men Sheree likes. So she don't need no type of career as a correctional officer or a police officer or anything like that. But now, y'all know back in the day, Kenya Moore liked her some Apollo, and she wasn't particularly respectful of a marriage union at the time. But right here, it also says that Sheree Whitfield just spilled some tea about Apollo Nita's love life. And you know, Kenya Moore did chime into that as well. Right here in a recent interview, it says she spills the tea about why she wanted to work with Apollo. She says she wanted to work with him because they're good friends. In a conversation also with Kenya Moore, she wanted to know a bit more about other aspects of Apollo's life. She asks in the clip above, did you ever marry that woman? The woman that he was dating in prison, likely referring to Apollo's longtime partner, Sheree Almafidi, if I'm saying that right. And you know that this woman had appeared on an episode on Real Housewives of Atlanta years ago at one of Todd and Kandi's restaurants. And I think Kandi appeared to say that she didn't know anything about that situation. So it says that Sheree tends to know all the details, and she's actually having an update on another one of Apollo's relationships. And you know, Daily Dish reached out to Phaedra about a lot of this information, and she says, you know what? I don't know why people think there's some sort of animosity between me and my ex-husband. I mean, people don't realize it, but we dated from high school, so there's no animosity between them. It says we've known each other for at least 20 plus years, and I've seen them in a recent episode together where they were co-parenting and getting along with each other, so that connection is still there. But aside from that, we know that many women on the show have not lost their friendship with Apollo, and so to say, these interactions can be a bit confusing to the fans, because it's confusing to me. So y'all know how the fans may be looking at this. They trying to see if Sheree want her a little bit of Apollo, and you know, she obviously not friends with Phaedra, because Phaedra said she didn't know that her and Apollo was hooking up as friends. And then on top of that, you got rumors that Kandi's leaving the show and possibilities that Phaedra's returning to the show. So you think that this may make a good storyline for her return, when you say. Y'all know how this stuff go, but if this is true, congratulations to Kandi Burruss and her future endeavors, and that just about sums it up. So you guys, if you like this video, go ahead and push the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like it, and also comment below and let me know your thoughts about this. You know, I could be off, but this is just what I get from it. So go ahead and comment, let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'm out.